Welcome and thank you for joining ADESA Group for our webinar series SAP Options for Your Workforce Management. Today is our fourth session and it's Fiori Day. In a moment, we will be joined by today's speaker, Kevin Pilate. In today's presentation, we will have a demo of Fiori solutions for SAP on-premise. We'll get an overview of what we can do with it and the possibilities that it offers as an alternative to cloud solutions. As I said, we are joined by Kevin Pilate, our Fiori expert at ADESA Group. He's been in SAP HR for more than 15 years and knows extensively Fiori solutions. Welcome, Kevin, and thanks for joining. The stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Sylvia, for this great introduction. Welcome, everybody, to this Fiori presentation. Well, let me first introduce myself. As said by Sylvia, my name is Kevin Pilate. I've been working for ADESA since May 2017, where I've started to learn Fiori from zero right after I passed my Fiori certification. Since then, I've been involved in several Fiori projects where I got the opportunity to build mainly custom apps, but also to extend standard ones. Let's begin with an introduction that will explain you what Fiori is. A few decades ago, the biggest approach done by end users using SAP backend was its lack of user friendliness. Since then, Fiori has been built to answer that weakness. Basically, what it does, it simply applies modern concept and design principles in order to enable end users to get the job done quite easily and to increase their productivity by using all kinds of devices, which can be mobile or not. Fiori is a complete set of applications. For now, there are more than 10,000 applications in the Fiori catalog. It could be brand new applications, but also adaptation of existing apps, and also a transaction wrapper, which is mainly used to provide access to existing backend transaction codes, but with a Fiori look and feel. Here are a few examples of what exists so far. On the left, there is the My Leave Request application. It simply enables users to request leaves by using their mobile or desktop. Afterwards, managers will be asked to approve or reject these requests in their inbox via another app called My Inbox. But we will see a demo of this application right after this introduction. On the right, My Timesheet, where users can manage and record their working times in a simple way, still by using whatever device they want. In order to use Fiori applications, there are two possibilities regarding the SAP system landscape. You can either use it on-premise. In such a case, you would require a backend and a front-end system. Basically, the backend contains usually the business logic, and the front-end is where your Fiori apps are developed and stored. This can be done by embedding both on the same server or by splitting them on separate servers. You can also consume your apps from the cloud and link the apps to your backend system via a cloud connector. Of course, each solution has its pros and cons. Let's begin with on-premise. What are the advantages of using an on-premise solution? The first advantage is that you get a lot of standard apps directly with a SAP release. There is no need to set up a cloud connector between the apps and the cloud. In terms of monitoring and reporting, it's much easier to monitor running apps and report in case of issues, because every SAP release comes with relevant traction to help you to do so. But what are the disadvantages then? Well, you can only use one free version, the one that comes with your SAP release. Second point, you need to maintain and upgrade SAP system or server. It depends what you chose. You need to set up the Fiori Launchpad yourself. Let's see what the difference are with the cloud solution. All Fiori versions are available. You just have to choose if you want to use the last one or another one that suits your development needs. There is no extra maintenance cost since libraries are hosted by the cloud platform. There is no need to configure the Launchpad since it already comes with a properly set up Launchpad. The disadvantages, there are less apps for now which are available. The cloud connector is required between the backend system, the current backend system, and the Fiori apps hosted on the cloud. And again, monitoring of running maps is not as powerful as using the on-premise solution, simply because there are no traction codes as provided by the on-premise solution. Now, what I'm going to do is to show you the application My Leave Request. Let's imagine we have an employee who wants to take leave. The first thing he does, of course, he has to run his browser. I'm going to connect on the ADESA Launchpad as an employee. Let me fill in my password. And it's the ADESA's demo system Launchpad. You will notice there are few tiles where the employee can click on. Unfortunately, today we won't have time to show all of them. But for now, let's focus on My Leave Request. So I click on the tile. On this screen, you can notice that it's split in two areas. On the first one, there's an overview of employees' entertainment. Please note that it's only demo data and not real ones. You see 22 days still available. Just below, the request overview, where you can see the leave he has already taken. If you click on, there is also a calendar view where we see the leave for current and next month, and with their respective status. We see those who are already approved, rejected, or sent, but for now there is none. On below of the screen, there is an action button where you can click to create what we plan to do, so to create a leave request. So what I'm going to do is just simply click on this button. On this screen, employee will be requested to choose among their leave entertainment, where he sees just below, again, the days left. Then he has to provide a start and end date and a note, but this is not mandatory. For this example, I'm going to write he needs vacation. Let's imagine this employee would like 2 days next week. So it's short notice. I need vacation. Then he clicks on save. On this screen, you see that his request has been sent and that his entitlement has been properly updated as the calendar. Now, what I'm going to do is to connect as his manager. So first thing to do, to sign out, we will get an error message, but don't pay too much attention since it's only a demo system. Let me fill in my password. Yeah, I have to click on this group. Here you will notice that my inbox style has been updated with the amount of items the manager has still to approve. So there's only one request for that. So let's click on my inbox. On this screen, there are two areas. On the left side, there are items where an action is required. On the right side, you get the detail of the item you selected. On below the screen, you have the action bar with, among others, two buttons, the approve one and the reject one. In this case, I'm going to reject the item because it's too short notice. So let's click on reject, and I need you on project. I click on submit, and the item has disappeared. Now, if we connect as an employee, again, the same error message, but it's for the same reason. Let me fill in my password. Now, if we go back to employees app, we notice that the employee's entitlement is back to previous number, and his request has been properly been marked as rejected in this calendar, as well as in the items part. Now, what I'm going to show you is an application a client requested. Wait. No, I'm going to show you an app that a client of us requested to build from scratch, because such application already exists in the catalog, but not with functionalities as requested by the customer. I chose to show you this in order to demonstrate how Fiori can also be flexible and powerful. Thanks to Fiori, you can even imagine whatever app you might think about. The goal of this app is to plan and to manage production planning data by mixing up production planning data and HR data. Let me connect on the SAP Web IDE. This is the SAP Web IDE environment platform. That's where developers can build apps and test them by using static data. And let's start with the application is there is two applications in one. The first one is a management screen and then a display screen. Let's start with the management screen. Let me choose the week where I have data, this week. On this screen, user sees for each work center the persons which are currently staffed on. Each work center are shown in rows, the first column, and the person in each appointment box. Below each work center, there is a recap of total HR hours and production planning hours. And on top of the screen, there is a total amount of these hours. For first work center, it means that there is a need of production hours of 206, and there is currently 216 HR hours. In a nutshell, it enables planning manager to know that there are enough persons working on this work center. For each appointment box, the app shows several kinds of information, such as the qualification status, thanks to the icon next to the name. A warning icon means that this person is not qualified enough, and the hourglass over here means that the person is late. In order to help you with the meaning of all calendar elements, there is a legend which can be displayed. On top of the screen, there are several buttons which allow users to, for instance, to filter out persons who are currently on holidays, thanks to this switch button. Let's click on it. You see these ones? If I click again on it, they disappear. You can even restrict data to one or more work center. Let's take these two. There's also another button where we can switch between views. So there is the weekly view, the daily view, and the monthly view. Let's take, for instance, the daily view. Let's go back to the weekly view. Okay, there is also another functionality that allows you to search for a person. If you click on this button, you can search for a person who is qualified enough to match a gap in the calendar. Let's take an example. Let's imagine we search someone to fill a gap on Tuesday. Then you get a list ordered by qualification status of person who can match this gap. But unfortunately, in this case, there is no person who is qualified enough. Let's take another example. You see, this one is partly qualified. No. Well, this one is properly qualified to match a gap in this work center. The only thing the end user has to do now is to click on this button and then click on Save. Managers can also move persons between work centers by using a simple drag and drop. Well, let's take an example again. For instance, if I click on this one, I can move it to another work center. Managers can also, if the work center, the manager clicks on an appointment box, he can even leave a message to the employee. And this message will be seen on the display screen on entrance of every work center. Meeting, let's say meeting at 10. Click on save. While using a real live system, I mean a real backend system, there is also another functionality which detects change done by other users using the app at the same time. Since we are using static data in this demo, we won't be able to show you this functionality. But in a few words, the manager will be asked to refresh his screen thanks to this button. But in this demo, it's not enabled. As said before, there is also a display screen. The goal of this screen is to enable workers to know on which work center they will work on, where they enter the workplace. Let's click on it. This app will be shown on entrance screens such as television screen. That's why you will notice that the app automatically scrolls up and down in order to display all information. Please also know that there are few duplicates data. The reason is why because I'm again using a static mock server data where I copy paste it several times in order to show you the automatic scroll. Well, that's it. This concludes this short presentation, and I hope you enjoy it. And so I give it back to Sylvia, I guess.
Yes, thank you, Kevin. Thanks a lot for the great demo. Kevin, we received a question related to the mobile version. So the question was if we were going to see the mobile version, and I will add another question that is related. So are Fiori apps usable on phones or tablets?
Yes, they are. Fiori apps are fully mobile and responsive. So you can imagine every app to be usable on whatever devices.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. There is also some other questions. One is, does it take long to develop a custom app in Fiori?
Great question, Sylvia. Of course, it depends a bit what you want, but development can be quite fast due to power and flexibility of Fiori. On top of that, you can start development by using provided templates, which of course can speed up the development process.
Okay. I think that it's a satisfying answer. Another one that we have here is there any tool to create a proof of concept?
Yes, it exists. Well, the only thing you have to do is to create an account on the website build.me and start building your prototype, which can be used as proof of concept before to start building the app and in order to discuss with the business.
All right. Then there is something related as well. So should I create, should the company create a brand new app in case that I would like to add only few functionalities to the standard ones?
No, you don't need to build an entire new application. Again, thanks to the power of extension of standard apps, you can use them as a basis and then add your own functionalities. By the way, you can also completely rewrite screens and you can adapt them by adapting their layout.
All right. Well, I think that was it. Thanks a lot, Kevin, for the great demo. If you have any questions, you want more specific demos or whatever, you can always contact myself or our expert in time management, Jose Maria Almendros. So I think that was it for today. Thanks a lot, Kevin. Thanks a lot, the attendees, and hope to see you in the next webinars. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.